The unified field doesn't care about your manifestations, it doesn't care about your vision board, and it certainly doesn't care about your spiritual ego. And I discovered this after thinking I was high frequency, when I was actually trapped in spiritual bypassing. The true quantum field that Dr. Joe talks about isn't about feeling good. It's about transcending the very concept of feeling altogether. And so in this video, I'm going to break down the distinction between basic field work and true unified field consciousness. And I want to show you why the dissolution of individual identity is the gateway of most practitioners are too afraid to walk through. But before we dive in, I have actually put together a free training that reveals the single neurological principle that can replace all your manifestation practices while doubling your revenue. So if you want to go deeper with this work after watching this video, then please click on the link in the description. It's completely free, and I think you will find it incredibly valuable. So now, you have been lied to. Everything you think you know about the unified field and manifestation is a lie. And I know, because I was caught in the same trap. Look, I get it. You've watched all the videos, read all the books, done the meditations, maybe even attended one of Dr. Joe's week-long retreats. You're doing everything right, focusing on high vibes, trying to maintain that elevated emotional state. You're mentally rehearsing every morning, and yet, something still feels off. Your manifestations are inconsistent at best or non-existent at worst. So, here's why most spiritual teachers are selling you the kindergarten version of the field work. They're giving you that Fisher-Price, my first quantum field toy, where what you need is the advanced physics laboratory. And look, it's not their fault. The truth about the unified field, it's so radical. It's so contrary to our conditioned understanding of reality that most people would rather stay in that comfortable illusion of manifest this, manifest that, than actually face what the field actually is. Think about this. Have you ever noticed how the most people obsessed with manifestation techniques are often the ones struggling the most? It's like watching someone try to empty the ocean with a teaspoon, while ignoring the tsunami that's behind them. And you might be thinking, but Kevin, I felt the energy. I had an amazing experience during meditation. Look, that's true. A kid also has an amazing experience after their first sugar rush too, but that doesn't mean they understand nutrition. So let's start with this. Let's start with what the unified field is not, okay? It's not your personal Amazon Prime for desires. It's not a cosmic vending machine where you insert good feelings and then it spits out a Tesla. The first trap most people fall into is thinking the field is about manifestation at all. The field doesn't exist to fulfill your ego's shopping list. That's like thinking the ocean exists only so you can surf. And I remember when I first started this work, I was obsessed with manifesting specific things. More money, better relationships, the perfect business. I'd sit in meditation, trying to generate those elevated emotional feelings. I'd mentally rehearse my desired reality with such intensity that I would come out sweating sometimes. And look, sometimes it worked. I'd manifest exactly what I wanted. But here's the weird thing. I wasn't any happier. In fact, sometimes I felt even more empty after getting what I wanted. That's because I was stuck in what I call the manifestation trap. I was using advanced spiritual technology for basic ego gratification. It's like using a quantum computer or a supercomputer to play Pong. You know what I mean? So this manifestation trap, there are 3 levels to it. First is the beginner trap, okay? And it goes like this. I'll be happy when I manifest X, right? I'll be happy when I manifest X. It's very simple. Everyone initially does this. You still may be doing this. Now we move on to intermediate, level 2. And it goes like this. I need to feel good to manifest X. This is like trying to get drunk before you go to the bar. I need to pre-game my emotions before the universe will give me anything. Number 3, the advanced trap. I have transcended wanting X, which is why I'll manifest X. This is the spiritual equivalent of telling a girl, I'm not like other guys. I respect women too much to hit on you. As a way of hitting on her, right? That's next level manipulation. The last one, level 3, is the trickiest because it's spiritual ego disguised as enlightenment. It's like saying, look, I'm so humble. I'm actually the most humble person ever. Nobody is going to be more humbler than me. What? Because the truth is, the unified field doesn't care about your manifestations because manifestation itself is a concept that exists only in separation consciousness. And the unified field, by definition, think about what the name is called. Unified. Unified field, non-separate, oneness, wholeness, whole. So the unified field isn't about manifestation. If it's not about manifestation, what's it about? The unified field is the fundamental ground of being from which all reality emerges. It's not something out there that you connect with, but it's who you are already underneath the illusion of separate selfhood. It's like a fish trying to find water. Like, where's this water that everyone is talking about? I've been swimming all day, haven't seen any. Okay? That is what the unified field is like. Think about it like this. Imagine you're having a dream where you are desperately trying to find water in a desert, okay? You're using all kinds of techniques to manifest water. You're mentally rehearsing it, feeling grateful for it in advance, affirming that the water is coming to you. But the truth is, you're actually asleep in your bed, completely surrounded by water molecules in the air. So the water was never out there to be manifested. The entire premise of your search was based on the misunderstanding of your situation. And so, this is exactly what's happening with manifestation work. We're trying to attract things that are already expressions of what we fundamentally are. Now, Dr. Joe talks about this. But most people miss it because they're too focused on techniques or manifesting rather than studying or rather than focusing on the underlying principle. Now listen carefully. When he talks about being no body, no one, no thing, nowhere, in no time, he's not giving you a cute meditation instruction, right? He's not saying, here's a fun little mantra that you chant while you're trying to manifest a Rolex. He's pointing out the dissolution of the separate self, the ego death, the very self that's trying to manifest things. Because the field isn't something you use, it's something you realize that you are. It's like a wave finally realizing, holy shit, I'm not just a wave, but I'm the whole fucking ocean, right? But here's where it gets interesting. When you truly enter the consciousness of the unified field, manifestation becomes irrelevant. Not because you get everything you want, but because the very concept of wanting just dissolves. In true field consciousness, there's no you to want anything and no other to obtain. There's just the unfolding of reality from itself, as itself, to itself. Okay? There is just the unfolding of reality from itself, as itself, to itself. And I can already hear some of you thinking, yeah, this is just some nice spiritual philosophy. But I live in the real world. I have real problems that need real solutions. I've got bills to pay. I can't just dissolve my identity. All right, let's talk biology. Because this isn't just spiritual theory. It's your nervous system. It's how your nervous system actually works. When you are in separation consciousness, the state where you are trying to manifest things, your nervous system is in what neuroscientists call controlled arousal. You're alert, focused, intentional. Okay? Your brain is in, beta or high alpha, somewhere in between there. Your heart is beating at a normal rate or slightly above elevated rate. Now, this state is useful. Don't get me wrong, it's useful for many things, but it's not the consciousness of the unified field. It's actually a subtle, very, very subtle form of survival mode, where you're actually trying to control your environment to ensure your safety and satisfaction. It's like being at a club, right? Spending the whole night trying to worry about whether your outfit looks good. You're already at the club, but you're not really there. Okay? The true consciousness of the unified field happens when your nervous system enters a paradoxical state that combines deep relaxation with heightened awareness. This is what Dr. Joe says, relaxed and awake. Relaxed and awake. Your brain shifts into theta waves while maintaining conscious awareness, which normally only happens in deep meditation or just before you sleep. And then your heart enters a coherent rhythm that's different from both excitement and relaxation. Now, in this state, something interesting happens. The boundaries between your nervous system and your environment begin to dissolve at a measurable biological level. The electromagnetic field around your heart extends several meters beyond your body, several feet for my Americans. And your body begins to entrain with the Earth's magnetic field. Okay? Your brainwaves synchronize with the Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic heartbeat of our planet. This isn't metaphorical. People have measured this. It's measurable. When you enter the consciousness of the unified field, you're not just imagining oneness. Your biology is literally merging with the larger systems around you. Now, here's the kicker. In this state, you don't manifest anything, or you don't manifest things by attracting them to you. Reality shifts because the boundary between you and reality is dissolving. It's not attraction. Listen carefully. It's unification. Whew. Crazy concept. Crazy. This is some high-level shit. This brings us to the most challenging aspect of the unified field work: identity dissolution. Most spiritual teachers won't talk about this because it's terrifying to the ego, and it's not great for business. It's much easier to sell manifest your dream life than dissolve the dreamer. For just 3 easy payments at $99.99, you can completely cease to exist as you know yourself. I've already tried running ads like that, and it doesn't work. But if you want to work with the unified field at the deepest level, you have to be willing to let go of who you think you are. And that's scary as fuck, alright? Only the brave pursue this. That's why psychedelics dissolve your ego, right? You ever tried DMT? Whew. Instant ego death. Whew. I remember when I first experienced true identity dissolution during a deep meditation, okay? I'll tell that other story another time. It wasn't blissful at first. It was terrifying. My mind was screaming, if I'm not my thoughts, my feelings, my history, my desires, then what am I? Who am I? The answer that came wasn't a concept or idea. It was a direct experience of everything and nothing simultaneously. All identities and no identity. It's like being every character in the video game, the player, the console, the electricity powering everything all at once. I am the whole PlayStation network, right? That's what it felt like. And in that space, something profound happened. All the things that I've been trying to manifest started showing up effortlessly. Not because I was trying to attract them, but because I was no longer separate from them. The irony is perfect. When you stop trying to manifest things as a separate self, reality naturally configures around you as your true nature, as the unified field itself. Now here's the challenge though. Your ego will fight this dissolution with everything it has. It will create spiritual bypassing, subtle forms of control, anything to maintain the illusion of separate selfhood. Your ego is like that clingy ex who won't accept a breakup, right? But we had something special. Remember that time I made you feel important? We can work this out. Oh man, I was that clingy ex, by the way. But this is why most people get stuck in manifestation work. They're trying to have the benefits of the consciousness of the unified field while maintaining the separate self. Okay? The separate self also wants those benefits. It's a fundamental contradiction. It's like trying to be drunk and sober at the same time. I want all the fun of tequila shots with none of the poor decisions or hangover. The path forward isn't about better manifestation techniques. It's about the courage to let go of the manifester. So how do you actually work with this understanding? Well, 3 practical steps, 3 practical approaches, and it goes beyond basic manifestation work, okay? First is identity inquiry. Instead of asking, what do I want to manifest? Ask, who is the I that wants to manifest anything? And I want you to follow this question into meditation without settling for conceptual answers. Okay, let it take you deeper than mind. Oh, second one's a good one. This is called reversed causality meditation. Okay, reversed causality meditation. Most manifestation works follows the model I, subject, attract my desire, object. But in reversed causality meditation, you contemplate how your desire might actually be attracting you. What if you are not creating your reality, but your reality is creating the experience for you? You should try that one. That one's very, very good. Flip it around. Next, coherence before content. Before focusing on what you want to manifest, establish deep heart-brain coherence without any object of focus. Dr. Joe's meditations point to this, but most people just rush past it. Let me get to the visualization part. But spend time in pure coherence without agenda until you feel the boundaries of self just beginning to dissolve. The key shift in all these practices is moving from how can I use the field to get what I want to how can I recognize myself as the field itself. This is like upgrading from how can I get this person to sleep with me to how can I be so fucking amazing that people naturally want to be around me. It is a total paradigm shift. Because when you make this shift, manifestation doesn't disappear, it transforms. You still create reality, but not as a separate self trying to attract things. You create as the field itself, expressing through what used to be called you. And it is like the difference between begging for an invitation to the cool party versus realizing you are the party. Now, the unified field doesn't care about your manifestations because caring implies separation. And the field is, by definition, non-separate. So what the field cares about is, if we can use that language at all, is recognizing itself through you. Okay, that's what it cares about. Recognizing itself through you. When you allow your separate identity to dissolve into the consciousness of the unified field, you become a clear conduit for reality to express itself in new ways. This isn't about getting nothing. Paradoxically, it's about receiving everything, not as a separate self that acquires objects, but as the field itself manifesting through a unique focal point of consciousness. So if you're struggling with manifestation, consider that your problem isn't your technique. The problem might be the you that's trying to manifest in the first place. And so, are you willing to let go of that you to discover what lies beyond? Because that's where the real magic happens. Not in manifesting what you want, but in becoming what you truly are. And if you would like to work with me to really embody all of this, click on the link in the description. Remember, the unified field doesn't care about your manifestations. It cares about you recognizing that you are the field itself.